Well, hello everyone. My name is Dara Rath. I'm the pastor at Faith Lutheran Church in Port Elgin, Ontario, Canada. And each week I bring you a message, a story written by famous authors. Sometimes the stories are funny and sometimes they just give you something to think about. So that is so in this story today. It's called Cracking Up, and it's a book called Flowers in the Wind by Robert Coos. So this is a story written by Maureen Push. After 50 years of marriage, a woman, whom I'll call Mary, lost her husband. Naturally, she wanted to show her love by choosing a beautiful tombstone. So she selected a granite marker to place over the grave sites of her husband and eventually for herself. Mary told the workers to put both her and her husband's names on the marker and to show wedding bands in between their names along with their year of marriage. Mary told the workers that she wanted the marker to be finished by their 51st wedding anniversary, which was only a few weeks away. This marker would be the last anniversary gift she would give her husband. The workers immediately ordered the special color of granite that Mary wanted so that they could finish it in time. Happily, the workers finished the marker ahead of schedule. Mary was delighted with the news, and she said she would come to see the finished product before the workers took it to the cemetery. The workers loaded the marker upright on a crane so that Mary could see it well. But without warning, the unthinkable happened. The marker slipped off the straps and fell to the ground and split in half. The workers frantically tried to think of a way to fix the marker when into the shop walked Mary. There stood Mary, eager to see the beautiful marker that would grace her and her husband's grave sites. The workers felt absolutely terrible, for they had worked so hard. They knew that Mary had already suffered so much from the loss of her husband, and now she would be faced with this cracked monument. The workers expected anger. They expected tears. But that is not what happened. To their amazement, when Mary saw the monument cracked in half, her solemn expression turned into amusement. This was followed by hearty laughter. When Mary composed herself, she explained her laughter to the bewildered workers. She told them that at her wedding reception 51 years earlier, she and her husband held a knife in their hands to cut the cake. Unfortunately, when they began to cut the cake cracked down the middle and broke in half. How fitting it is, she added, that this happened to the marker. I really wanted my last gift to my husband to be something special, and it sure is. I have a feeling he's laughing right along with me, just as we did for those 51 years. Isn't this a beautiful, beautiful story that shows that more than 51 years of marriage, Mary still had the ability to laugh at life's mishaps. You know, we all have mishaps that happen in our lives, and it's called making lemonade out of lemons. And I just have to share a couple of personal things with you that just happened not that long ago. I was having some heart problems and was admitted into Southampton Hospital. The physicians thought it would be a good idea if I were shipped over to the larger hospital in Owen Sound, which is about an hour away. And it's a bigger hospital. And so they called an ambulance to our small rural hospital. And we got into the ambulance and away we went. And we got about 20 kilometers down the road. And the dispatcher called the ambulance driver and said, "You'll have to turn around and take her back," because we had to give up her bed. So I said, oh my gosh, at least we could have gone in for lunch and had lunch at Eastside Mario's. But anyway, back we went to the Southampton Hospital, and they took great care of me from the Owen Sound Hospital. Doctors took talk to the Southampton doctors. And that was a little mishap that we had to deal with. And then just last week, my husband went for cataract surgery in Meaford Hospital, which is about an hour away from us. And we had to arrive there at 7:15 in the morning, which is really an early rise for us. So we arrived there. There were a couple of people just ahead of my husband. And the nurse came out and she said, "Oh, the surgeon has had a flat tire on the highway on the way to the hospital. And so it's going to be a while." So the CAA had to come to that surgeon's car and fix his tire, and then he came along to the hospital. So these little mishaps, happen along the way. And what happened is the people, all of us in the waiting room, we sort of thought, well, and we laughed and we talked and we got to know each other. And I met a lady from Newfoundland. I met a gentleman who was a local farmer. So, these little mishaps happen, and then we have to make the best of it. We really do. And so, as you go along in life this week, just think about some of these little glitches that happen in your life and how you handled it. And then it'll bring back some maybe good memories and maybe not some so great memories of things that have happened in your life. Anyway, that's all for today. Thanks so much for taking 5 with me and listening to this wonderful story. And blessings on your day.